It is Monday, April the 11th, 2022. I am James. You are you. We are here for another heart-pounding episode of the show that will not go away. That's right. We are talking about At Home with James live on Twitch. Now, if you've got a keen ear or the volume knob on your computer, or perhaps you're Chromecasting this to your high-def television was turned way up, you heard seconds ago that my voice immediately cracked at the beginning of this traditional and classic intro that I do every single Monday, Wednesday, and rarely Fridays right here on twitch.tv/athome with James. I'm coming in with what the kids might call a hoarse voice. That's right. Last night I turned it up a little bit. And what does turned it up mean in the weird and wacky world of James Allen McGee? Well, that's right. I was back inside of a 16 by 16 pro wrestling ring, and I was fighting for my life. Here's the thing. Around these parts in the independent wrestling scene of Montreal, I'm what they call a heel, which means a bad guy, which to the uninformed would translate roughly to a villain. What you do when you're a villain is you're yelling. But folks, I wasn't the only one yelling. Last night in front of over 130 people inside of a downtown bar, each and every one of those fans were screaming at me that I smell like piss. Now, I don't think that I smelled. I thought I was perfectly fine. Yes, my gear and or costume had been sitting in my travel bag for 2 straight years. They said that I smelled like piss. Worse than that, a fan took a swing at me. Worse than that, he actually connected a little bit. Then another fan grabbed me and put me in a full Nelson, which again, for the uninformed, is if someone were to take their arms, go underneath your armpits, clamp their hands around your neck and push forward. That's right. I was assaulted by fans. And that shows my expertise in being a bad guy, because around these parts, I am nothing more than an itsy bitsy little cutie, the number one lover, the smooth operator, the hot property, the genuine article right here, right now. Here, the fan base, they like me. I'm not going to say love. Love is a strong word. And sometimes, according to Don Henley, Patty Smythe, love just ain't enough. Over in the bar scene for the wrestling shows, I had the bartender tell me after the show that a fan told him that he wanted to, quote, kill me. I want you to think about that. Wanted to kill me. He wanted to end my life. And could you imagine if tonight you turned on the Twitch and I wasn't here? Dave fires up the show. He says, guys, it's a very special episode of At Home with James. It is my sadly duty to announce that James was killed last night at a pro wrestling event. What happened? Did he land on his neck and go into some type of toxic shock? Did his spinal column break and fluid emit all over the scene? No. A fan cracked a beer bottle on the bar and stabbed him in the neck and in the throat. Anyways, everything turned out okay. I'm here, my voice a little hoarse, but I'm ready to get this show started. Now, what are we doing tonight? I mentioned Dave. He'll be here a little bit later on. But before we get to Dave, we got to do something that is going to be not just awesome, not just sick, not just gnarly, but it's going to be cool. And when you hear the word cool on this show around these parts, you know that that word is synonymous with one and only person, an expert in coolness. And right here, right now, this person is about to take us to Cool College. Please welcome the one and the only Cathy Fagan. Cathy, welcome back to the show. You're coming to us live in front of LOL Party Center, which is a change from where you usually come to us in front of, which is a Zellers.
That's right, James. I'm downtown.
Awesome. What are you doing downtown tonight outside of being on this show and hanging out in front of the LOL Party Center?
Yeah, it's just feeling a little bit more like party time. You feel me?
Am I feeling you? I don't think I've ever been asked that question in my life. What do you mean by it's starting to feel more like party time, Cathy?
I feel like the world's opening back up. We're all healing, James. We're healing.
We're all healing? Are we in a 6th wave of the coronavirus?
Yeah. We're There's waves happening, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah. But not like the waves that maybe like surfers or other cool sports enthusiasts would be used to, right? This is a wave of illness and disease and, death.
Yeah, but gotta stay strong.
It's true, right? Ça va bien aller, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Cathy, how are you celebrating coming out of this wave, right? You said it's party time. What do you plan on doing tonight after the show?
Yeah, I was thinking about grabbing some pop soda, grabbing some
What flavor?
uh it's not about the flavor, James, it's about the caffeine.
All right. So you're having a caffeinated soda. So maybe like a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi or root beer.
Maybe we go a little harder than that. Maybe we save that for later.
All right. Okay. So we'll save that for later. All right. Is there anything else you're looking forward to this spring and as summer's coming along, right? I think it's fair to say that as it gets a little bit hotter, cases will go down a little bit. So it's going to be even more of a party time.
Right. And Bixie is opening up in 4 days, so that's news.
Okay. So yes, news. All right. Breaking news right here, folks. In case you didn't know, the Bixies are opening up in 4 days. The countdown's on. I didn't know you were a Bixie enthusiast, Cathy.
Yep.
Now, what did you think about the electronic scooters a couple of years ago that only lasted one summer? Were those cool?
I just think that if they had a better strategy, a better go-to-market plan, then maybe they would have succeeded a little better.
All right. Now, this is something that our audience might not know about you. You know a little bit about marketing and planning and coordination and things like that. What's something that you would have changed if you were in charge of that, team?
Hey, James, I think historically it's been fairly uncool to ride scooters. So I think that if I were in charge of that marketing plan, I would have made it cool.
How would you have made scooters cool?
You just got to get cool people to ride scooters, and you got to take pictures and you got to put them up.
Okay, so find like some influencer types to look cool riding a scooter through the Old Port, the Plateau Mont Royal, Rosemont, Petit Patrie.
Yeah, maybe even St. Henry.
Now, Cathy, you've recently relocated to St. Henry, which means that this neighborhood and this borough is 100% more cool. What's one of the coolest things that you've noticed since moving to this neighborhood?
One of the coolest things that I've noticed, James, is the proximity to Lionel Grew.
All right. So the coolest thing about living in this neighborhood is the proximity to the metro station.
That's right, James.
All right. Well,
Cathy, it's a little bit chiller than the Plateau. It's up and coming.
Yep.
The rent's too high, which makes it exclusive.
Yep. So that means that you and I are pretty exclusive people then.
That's right.
Now, Cathy, some months ago when you first moved to St. Henry, you sent me a text saying, "I'm at the Super C. I didn't see you."
That's right.
Now, Cathy, I've been noticing you're dipping out of frame a lot. Where are you going? Cathy, what's going on down there?
Don't worry about it.
All right, I won't worry about it. Well, Cathy, as has become tradition, you're here every time you pop by to show us some things that are not only currently cool, but you think that are going to be cool in the upcoming days, weeks, holy smokes, and months. So, Cathy, how many items should we expect this time around this evening for not only me, but the viewers?
What do you got to know, James? Why do you have to prep yourself for the amount of slides?
Okay, fair enough. I'm just trying to get myself prepared, right, as a host, right? You understand it. All right, well, let's, why don't we tee up image and slide number one?
All right.
Yep, Cathy, you want to tee it up?
Yep. This one.
You want to explain this one, Cathy? What makes this cool? What is this?
No, that's definitely the one that I had intended to kick off this bit with. So James, I think that this one's really important these days because we're all looking at our computers. We're all taking in the world through these, and I think.
Is everything okay over there, Cathy?
Yeah.
You
It's
see,
awesome.
did you see something funny on the street? Right, there's a lot of wild things that happen
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah, 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 yeah,
What'd
yeah,
you
yeah.
see? What happened?
Don't worry about it.
All
So
right.
I think that there's a an advantage to be had to be a visual learner.
Okay, so this image represents visual learning.
Hmm.
Now, would you like to give us an example of visual learning for the uninformed?
Yeah, well, I think that this diagram is probably a really good example. There's a lady,
Yep.
and she's looking at pictures of animals.
How do you know it's animals?
Because I read the book.
You read the book about visual learning, and in the book, it indicates that in this image, someone's looking at pictures of animals.
Yeah. So she's looking at pictures of animals and got the titles of the animals and yeah, she just needs to look at them to
And this
know.
is cool.
Hmm.
All right. Visual learning is cool in 2022. Now, Cathy, coming in from the chat, courtesy of one of our longtime viewers, Boss Fracture, this person writes, quote, what else would you make a book about?
Good question. I think it'd make a book about weather trends.
Right. So kind of like the Farmer's Almanac. All right. So let's move on to our next slide, Cathy. Why don't you tee it up for us, right? What are we about to see live on twitch.tv/@home with James? Once again, this is Cool College. Cathy, tell us about it.
Yeah, James. This one's a doozy.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a
what
real
I
doozy. Some might
this
say
is
it's a dilly of a pickle.
yeah. This is what I wish. This is what I wish inflation looked like.
Wait, hold on. So wait, you're saying that you wish that inflation would go down, it would deflate?
Yeah.
All right, well, Cathy, what have you been noticing in terms of price inflations these days? Are there any items you like to buy that you've been noticing are more expensive than they were prior?
Listen,
Oh,
Dollarama came out with an article
yes.
last week, and the highest priced items there are no longer $4; they are $5. James,
Right.
that's a 20% increase.
Yeah, that is a
25%
20.
increase.
Yeah. Now, Cathy, this is something people might not know about you. You're quite good with numbers and math.
Yeah, I can count.
What if I put you on the spot with a math problem right now? Would you be okay with that?
Depends on the problem.
Or what about a multiplication problem?
Try me.
All right. 7 times 11.
77.
I don't know if that's correct, but I'm pretty sure that it is. Okay. What about this one? 8 times 5.
40.
That's correct. So you're hoping for inflation to go down in 2022.
Yeah.
Now, would you tell us a little bit more about this picture, right? It looks like someone's fallen off of a ladder, and this is meant to represent inflation going down.
Yeah, these are the grocery guys.
The grocery guys.
Yeah. Like this is the CEO of Super C.
Okay.
And the price of Honey Nut Cheerios is not $3 on average anymore. It's $2.50.
Okay, so you're hoping for a drastic price decrease on items such as cereal, right? Because cereal prices have gone up. Some grocery stores aren't even carrying Lay's potato chips anymore.
Didn't know that.
All right. Well, Cathy, let's move on to our next slide. Once again, this is essentially a lecture as part of Cathy Fagan's Cool College. Let's move on to the next slide. Cathy, why don't you tee this one up for us? What the hell is this?
This one, so I told you I'm feeling like, the world is healing.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all feeling a little bit more open-minded these days. Joe Rogan had a tweet about aliens, and now everybody's talking about it.
What was the tweet? Do you know?
It was an article that was like, people are having pregnancies that they can't account for.
People are, what was that now, Kathy?
People are having pregnancies that they can't account for.
Okay. So that was a cool tweet that Joe Rogan sent out, Kathy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, what does that have to do with this image and the fact that people are got more of an open mind these days? Now, I want to throw this your way coming in from the chat. Another legendary viewer, High Score Run. I'm curious to know if what this person is reading from this is accurate. This person writes, quote, "Sexy aliens, very cool. Look at those lips."
Yeah, I guess that if you were to superimpose a human's face on this alien, it would have attractive features.
All right. So once again, what is the significance of this specific photo?
We're just talking about aliens.
Oh, so talking about aliens is cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Kathy, did you like the movie E.T.?
No.
Well, why not?
Because I didn't see it.
You didn't see it. All right. Now, would you like to consider seeing it? What are you drinking a beer there on the street, Kathy? You just put it down. What did you put it down on?
I'm sitting.
Where? On the curb?
On a fire hydrant.
Oh my God. Is that not uncomfortable, Kathy?
Don't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard not to. Okay, so to recap, talking about aliens are cool, but you haven't seen the movie E.T.
I've never seen E.T.
Now, do you know what E.T. stands for?
Ethereal terrestrial.
No, it's extraterrestrial. Now, what about other things that deal with the paranormal? What about, did you ever watch the X-Files?
James, I feel like you keep asking me questions about fake TV, and I'm talking about real aliens.
Okay, so tell me about real aliens, Kathy.
Well, I will recommend a documentary that J.J. Abrams produced. It's on Showcase, and it's about
Showcase, the Canadian channel. J.J. Abrams put together a documentary that was unique to Showcase. It's nice to see some more CanCon.
Yeah, he did actually.
Are you wiping something off of your glasses, Kathy?
They're a little foggy out here, James.
Right, yeah. Well, it's a misty night, right? So J.J. Abrams got an alien documentary. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it came out not very long ago, and it also supported some of the news that came out from the Pentagon about their unidentified aerial phenomenon program and those involved. And I just think it's cool that people are talking
okay, so what about this, Kathy? You know, we're like you mentioned, things are opening up, right? And oftentimes when things open up in the real world, it has almost a negative effect on the at-home show. My goal is to get a little weird with things. Would you like to maybe be a part of perhaps an alien panel discussion one of these days?
I would consider that, James.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you would consider it. So just to be clear, this current slide is talking about aliens are cool. All right. Well, Kathy, would you like to tee up our next item in this slide? Once again, this is Cathy Fagan. This is Cool College. She's downtown in front of an LOL party center. She's drinking a beer outside, sitting on a fire hydrant. We've got our final item here. Oh my God. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, is this kid wearing a fedora?
Yeah.
All right.
So, what do you think this is, James?
I think this is, now, do you want me to answer what I believe or what I think the common answer would be?
Yeah.
One or two?
Both.
All right. My answer would be it's a nerd tinkering with some type of model, or is this a role-playing game? I mean, it's a nerd. I think he's wearing a fedora. Maybe he's a pickup artist.
No.
What I think the consensus would be is like maybe this is an ad for like a new game set in some type of like catalog.
No, James. This is let me give you a hint. This is Well, I'll just tell you the answer.
All right.
This is hobbies.
Oh, so having a hobby is cool.
Having a hobby is cool.
Okay, well, Cathy, what are some hobbies that you enjoy?
Mm. Uh, love drinking beer.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the one hobby you enjoy.
I also love uh reading about UFC.
All right. So you're into the Ultimate Fighting Championship these days, Cathy? So you like the,
Yeah.
but you're reading and not watching. So you're like reading like kind of the sports website articles. You just want to stay in touch with what's going. Where are you going, Cathy? You said, I think Cathy fell off of the fire hydrant. Everything okay over there, Cathy? How many beers deep are you? I know it's one of your hobbies.
Don't count anything.
All right. So counting not cool, but you can do math.
Hmm.
All right. So you like drinking beer, reading about the UFC. Any other hobbies that you can account for?
I love walking to the store.
It's pretty cool, right? Having a nice walk to the store. Yeah. Are there any hobbies you would recommend to some people that are maybe looking for a hobby? They're like, look, I've gone on record on the show multiple times. I don't think I'm good at having fun. I don't know what's fun. I have a hard time with conventional fun. When you see me, Cathy, right? We go back far enough where I feel that you can be liberal in coming up with some hobbies that you think I would enjoy, right? That's not the too tall of a task.
Okay, yeah, if I was to take your personality and extract some sort of activity algorithm
All right. Well,
from
let's
what you
talk about
say,
that first. How would you define my personality in order to put it to the test of the algorithm?
yeah, I would say it's strangely private, but also loud.
So my personality, strangely private but loud.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what are some hobbies that if you were to filter that through the algorithm, what would that render?
Yeah. So I can only recommend some of my favorite hobbies because I haven't done others. So
Right.
I would say maybe like some sort of fan fiction of the UFC.
Okay. So you want me to start writing UFC fan fiction?
I just want you to read it.
Oh, you want me to read UFC fan fiction? Now, is the fan fiction about kind of these fantasy fights, or they run into each other on the street and they have a confrontation, but they talk it out and then they go have a coffee at McDonald's?
Yeah. Something
All
like
right.
that.
So your suggestion is the hobby that I partake in is reading UFC fan fiction because
Yeah.
I'm strangely private but loud.
Hmm.
All right. Well, Cathy, I think that's all the slides for tonight. Is that correct?
That's right, James.
Well, I want to thank you for putting those slides together. Hopefully, people can be inspired by the hobbies and things of that nature. But I want to ask you a favor. Would you be interested in sticking around for the back half of the show as we continue to explore what it means to be cool?
Well, it's getting dark out here, James, but I think I could spare some time.
Yeah, maybe you want to migrate over under a street lamp or something like that.
Yeah. I'll do that.
All right. Well, Cathy, we're about to be uh, joined by our next guest, folks. He's here every single Monday. Please welcome Dave Kaufman to the show. Dave, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Hi to Cathy Fagan. She is the dean of Cool College.
Hey, how's it going, Cathy?
Hey.
Hey, you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Since we're on the show at the same time.
Yeah.
James, is that
That would be
okay?
okay.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Now, Dave, I want to jump into the quick question here.
Yeah.
It feels like maybe you're a little unnerved by Cathy.
Well, I've never necessarily been seen as like the cool guy,
Yeah. Cathy brings a different air to this show, so I think you just asked your question. Be
I
confident.
was a bit of a nerd and when I was younger, bullied a little bit.
I can see that.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's obvious. So I mean, any kind of help I could get, I'd really appreciate.
Hit me.
What kind of So I'm a dad. I was wondering. I want my daughter to think I'm cool. What kind of stuff can I do to like, you know, make sure that she thinks that I'm cool, like fathering things.
I think you should. I think you should play the guitar.
I do play the guitar.
All
Acoustic.
right. Okay.
Is acoustic
What do you think
okay?
about what do you think about acoustic guitar, Cathy?
Depends. Do you know 3 chords?
Yeah, yeah,
You know more than that?
yeah. I know like 6.
Okay. I think that knowing more than 4 chords is cool-ish. But I think what would be really cool is just fucking slaying an electric guitar.
For his 1.5-year-old
For your
daughter.
yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Now it feels like Cathy, you're suggesting Dave kind of go into rock star mode. I want to throw something your way, Dave, and also
I don't
Cathy.
know if I care though.
Well, hold on, but I'm going to throw it Cathy's way.
Okay,
Cathy
I
will
want
be
to
the arbiter of
filter it
this.
through her, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, if Dave's going to be a rock star, what if he were playing the electric guitar without a shirt on?
That could work.
For my daughter.
What do you wear? What are you gonna wear down south?
Like over my genitals. Underwear and then maybe a
Your
pant.
Okay. I think that would work. I think that's kind of rock and roll.
What kind of pants should I wear?
Leather.
Okay, I have to buy. You know where I can buy some of those?
Yeah, you can get it at the local mountaineering store or something,
Wow. Okay.
or the biking gang store.
All right. So guitar,
Biking
I can
gang.
do that. I can do that for sure. Anything else that I can, not to put you on the spot or anything, but
I think that you could smoke.
While playing the guitar and shirtless, wearing leather pants in front of his toddler.
Yeah, to his daughter. Yeah.
I just feel like
Yeah.
she's young. And look, I'm not the expert on this, and so I don't want to. I'm not throwing any judgment your way, but she's a young girl. Small lungs. I feel like that secondhand smoke could really be detrimental to her health.
Well, I will say this: I grew up around secondhand smoke.
I mean, listen to his voice.
Yeah. So I think that anything that your daughter experiences before the age of 3,
Mm-hmm.
well, she won't remember. But what she will remember is how you made her feel.
Yeah.
Right. So she has like a sense memory, but not an event memory.
Yeah. So she'll know that her dad shreds, but she won't know that he hurt her lungs.
Now, coming in from the
But
chat
they will
right
be
now,
hurt though.
courtesy of the real Andrew Mackay. Dave, this one's for you. He writes, quote, "I would pay top dollar to see Dave in leather pants."
Well, you wouldn't be the first, my friend.
Well, now, Cathy, oftentimes when you come on the show, you bring the items that are cool. I wanted to throw some items your way, and we can all engage in this. Again, we've been fans of the panel discussion as of late. So we're going to throw some items your way. We'll engage in some conversation. But again, Cathy, you're the arbiter of cool. So you're going to decide whether these items are cool or not. Does that work for you, Cathy?
Unprecedented.
It is. Yes, this is an unprecedented occasion. Let's go to the first item now. This one's very specific. It's having one too many at the bar.
Mm.
Now
There's supposed
before
to be an image.
there's no image.
These are no images. These are concepts. Yeah. Having one too many at the bar.
There's no image.
No.
In fact, I don't even know if that is an item.
Well, it's an item on the list.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So is that cool, Cathy, when someone has one too many at the bar?
Depends who, depends when, depends where.
All right,
I think,
we know we're at a bar.
No, I've had one too many before.
Was it cool?
I mean, it didn't feel cool. I was quite sick the next day.
What do you think, Cathy? What if it was, you said who, when, and where? What if it was you? What if it's, let's say, a Thursday night and the where is a bar?
I think if I were gonna drink one too many at a bar and I sat silently in my chair, I think that would be cool.
All
I
right, but what if,
think
yeah.
What if
I
it's
think
this? What if it's me? What if it's at synagogue and it's after a bar mitzvah party
Yeah, what if Dave gets drunk at a bar mitzvah party?
and
I
I'm
guess
13?
I guess it depends on how you were feeling. Were you feeling sad?
No, I was feeling
What are
like
the
a man.
conditions of this?
I was feeling manly.
Yeah. I think that that's cool as long as you weren't feeling superior to the 13-year-olds around you.
My fellow 13-year-olds.
Oh,
I was 13.
Yeah, well, this is important
That's
because
cool. That is
coming
cool.
in
That's
from the
very
chat
cool.
right now, people are saying, "Did you crash the bar mitzvah?"
Yeah.
Things like that. You're a drunken child in
Yeah.
this scenario.
Yeah, that's the bar mitzvah crashers is a
All right. Well,
new
now
feature film.
I don't drink, Cathy. Do you think it would be cool if I had one too many at a bar?
I think that it depends. Have you drank before?
Well, I've tasted alcohol, but I've never been anything even close to drunk.
Mm. I think it would be. I think that you'd be a mess.
All right.
Now, Kathy, are your eyes okay? Because
No, it's the glasses. It's
glasses.
getting misty out
it's
there.
getting misty. Oh, it's misty outside.
I don't know what that meant.
Wow.
Let's go to the next item here. What do you think about this one, Cathy?
Oh, she's gone.
Cathy fell off the fire hydrant. The next item on the list of is this cool or not? When someone says, "I'd wait before going in there after they use the washroom."
I don't think that one's very situational. The answer is no.
It's not cool. Now, Dave, have you ever said that?
I mean, I've definitely said that recently. Now, what would be a cooler way of phrasing that? If that is not cool, is there a way that I could, if I do use the washroom and it is, you should wait to use it afterwards?
Yeah. How do you tip the person off in a way that's like you're giving them the nudge, but you want it to be cool? How do you make it cool, Cathy?
Yeah. And
I
not
don't
too
think
respectful.
No, see, yeah, because you can't be too respectful in that situation. I think if you really want to be cool, you leave your shit in the toilet and you leave the toilet seat up.
So you don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's more of a statement.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's a.
I'm going to try that at home with my wife.
Yeah, it'll drive her wild.
Yeah,
she'll
she's
think
gonna
it's really
she's
cool
gonna
for
love
her.
it.
Yeah. All right. So this is great. We've made I'd wait before going in there cool. And the answer is after you're done going to the washroom, don't wipe and leave the toilet seat up. Wow. Okay. Let's go to the next item. Throwing a banana peel out of a car window while driving.
Mm.
Like in Mario Kart? Okay.
Or maybe you're on the road, you're on a road trip, you don't have time to stop, you're making good time, you whip it out of the window.
Yeah. Or if there's
I
like a
think
Bowser in front of you and you need to
Yeah.
clear the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if you're driving, what is cool is if you're driving and you see a sign that says no littering and you do it anyways.
Okay.
I think what is not cool is if you're driving by a biodegradable compost site and you decide this is the best option for me and you've been holding your banana peel for 8 hours.
Okay, so
Waiting for this moment.
you're saying you should defy the rule and not endorse the rule.
That's right, James.
So I have a question. Say you're driving by that compost heap and you have a banana peel. You got to wait? Drive to another part of the town?
You got to wait until you see a no littering sign.
Right, okay.
Yeah, or you literally wait until the moment that you just passed the compost site and you throw it on the sidewalk.
Cool. That is
All right.
cool.
Let's go to the next item.
That's
Now,
fucking cool.
Cathy, what do you think about this one? saying, hey, big guy, when you see a tall guy or a small guy?
I think if you are a big guy and you say it to a small guy, it's cool.
All right.
Hey,
So
big guy.
a big a big guy to a small guy, it's cool. Now, what about when it's maybe a big guy to a big guy?
Hmm. I guess in that situation, you would need to assess the social dynamic. If it's if it's a wiener and he's saying it
Wait, what do
to
you
a
mean by
jock,
wiener? What do you mean by
A
wiener?
big wiener? A big guy wiener?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Just making sure.
So
Like
to confirm, is this when you say big wiener, do you mean someone with a big penis or a tall person who's kind of a wimp?
a tall person. I wouldn't say wimp. I would say,
Wiener.
he
Wiener.
really, yeah. I would say wiener.
Yeah, got it.
Now, I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's a small guy to a small guy?
Then it's funny.
Is one of them a wiener?
They're both wieners.
All right.
Both wieners, yeah. It's. I would say it's. I would say it's cool because it's funny.
Okay, now what if it's maybe someone's stepdad and they're saying it to their newly acquired son? Hey, big guy, after a growth spurt.
Mm, that's just that's just that's just realistic.
All right. Now I'm gonna before we move on to the next item, I want to
What if
suggest
it's what if it's what if it's a newly acquired stepson and he's saying it to his stepdad?
pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Now what about this, Cathy? What if the three of us formed a comedy trio and our name was Cathy and the Wieners?
That would be cool. But it would be. Would it be the little wieners or the big wieners?
Well, I mean, if we have to define, I think there's a lot of work that we can do there. Dave, what do you think?
I kind of like they each have their own charm to it, I think.
Cathy and the Little Wieners?
Yeah.
I
Cathy
prefer
and
that
the,
one.
Cathy and the Big Wieners.
Sounds like a 90s band. Let's move on to our next item. Cathy, what do you think about monster truck events?
No, not cool.
Not cool. Why not?
You're just trying to make everything big.
All right. So it's better when it's small.
No.
How would you rearrange a monster truck event? If you were to curate a monster truck event to make it cool, what would you do and change?
I would add some layer of humbleness. I think that if you were to have a monster truck event, everything is so big and in your face, and there's rock music, and it's big piles of dirt in a big arena. And I think that what would be really good is if it was taken seriously as a competition.
It seems like they're overcompensating for something with those monster trucks.
Yeah, I think so too.
They should just have a regular trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
So like some Ford,
Yeah.
like some pickup trucks and things like that.
Yeah, they should have Monday night regular trucks.
That sounds fun. That I think I'd rather see regular trucks in some type of competition. Cathy, you, oh my God, they're more humble.
Yeah.
Sounds like a smash derby.
Yeah, that sounds like a demolition derby. So how do you differentiate the two?
The name.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next item. What do we think about Cathy ashing a cigarette into an almost empty glass of beer?
That's cool.
Dave, thoughts?
It's cool, but then the danger is you forget and you take that last sip of beer.
Hmm.
Now,
I
what
wish
do
I
you
had
do?
a cigarette right now to smash in my beer.
To smash in it?
Cheers.
Here, wait, I have a cigarette. Then we can do this digitally.
All right, so Dave, you're about to smash a cigarette into Kathy's can of beer. This is unprecedented. Oh my God. No, Kathy's trying to take the cigarette to smoke. Wait, no, this would mean that Dave's lighting the filter.
Oh no! Wait. No.
Kathy, you're smoking it in reverse now.
Tastes so good.
All right, what if you ash it into the beer can or smash it into the beer can?
Oh, you can't see it.
All right, I guess we've got our answer. That is the dumbest moment in the history of this show. We're over 370 episodes and we just hit it.
I don't know, James. Maybe Kathy will agree with me when I say that I thought that was pretty cool.
Was it the coolest moment in show history?
The coolest moment in show history.
I take it back. Yeah, look, Kathy, this is why you're here. Kathy, what do you think about discounted Halloween candy?
No, not cool.
How come?
It's old.
What if they? What about Halloween candy with inflation, so it's more expensive?
They charge you more after Halloween.
Yeah. What if they charged you more because you missed your shot?
Yeah, that's cool.
Kathy, doesn't that go against your hope for inflation to decline?
Yeah, but in those moments, it's like kind of a novelty.
Well, oftentimes people say when you price something at a high price point, people will think it's more valuable, right?
The concept is called price elasticity, James. It's the relationship between the demand and the price, and how many people will buy it.
All right, so that's why people do, I guess, a lot of spending around the holidays.
Now, I've got a financial question for you, Kathy.
Okay.
Now, I've always understood that deflation is bad because that prevents people from wanting to spend their money because it's worth $1 spent today is worth $2 tomorrow. So no one would spend, and you'd have deceleration of financial.
Well, let me pose this to you.
Sure.
What if the prices of groceries started to go down and your wages stayed the same? Because we're entering an era of people appreciating their employees, so they're not going to give you a pay cut, but you're going to pay less for Kraft mac and cheese.
I mean, I feel like I would save all my money and buy a whole bunch of mac and cheese a year from now.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Let's move on to our next item. Kathy, what do you think about cargo shorts?
Who's wearing them?
What's that?
Depends who's wearing them.
All right,
Durst.
Fred Durst, lead singer of
Durst.
Limp Bizkit.
At Woodstock 99.
Yeah, if we recreate Woodstock 99 and Fred Durst is playing break stuff with Limp Bizkit, but he's wearing cargo shorts.
Fred Durst. Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
What about George Stroumboulopoulos?
Yeah, former Much Music VJ as well as host of The Hour. Yeah. What if he was wearing cargo shorts?
What year is it?
Dave?
It's 2030.
And so we're looking at 8 years from now, George Stroumboulopoulos is wearing cargo shorts.
Not cool.
What about 8 years before now? What are you showing us, Christ of faith?
Is this a Billy Talent t-shirt?
Riddle me this. It's 2030 and Billy Talent are all wearing cargo shorts.
Now, Kathy, did you go to the Billy Talent concert that was happening a couple weeks ago?
Answer the riddle, James.
Oh, riddle me this. What if it's Billy Talent wearing cargo shorts? I would like them as much as I currently do, which is that I don't like them.
I like them.
Did you go to the concert?
No.
How come?
I already saw them before.
All right, so you saw them once and that was enough.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of their songs again?
Devil in a Midnight Mass. Try Honesty.
Try on.
Yeah.
That was their first big hit, I think.
Try honesty. Yeah.
Now, Cathy, were you listening to that as a youngster? Did you discover that you liked them recently?
I liked them when I was young, and then I gained an appreciation for them as I aged.
Now, were there any bands that you liked as a kid, you stopped liking them, and then you like them again?
Yeah.
Any that you'd like to share?
Chumbawamba.
Right. Famous for tub thumping.
Yeah.
I've got a question. This has been a contentious issue on the show. Are the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
It's also just this transferred to contentious issues in real life as well.
What do you mean?
Well, I think I know what you're going to ask.
Yeah, are the Red Hot Chili Peppers cool?
Well, now I brought this up on stage a couple months ago, and it caused a bit of a stir between me and an audience member. He refused to fist bump me.
I think yeah.
Now, were they cool when they had Dave Navarro as the guitarist instead?
That's when they were the coolest.
No, hold on, James. I'm asking
the only one that I know is Flea.
Say that again, Cathy.
I only know Flea.
So you don't know Anthony Kiedis, Chad
I know
Smith?
Anthony Kiedis. Yeah, I know Anthony.
What about John Frusciante?
Don't know him.
Dave
Hillel Slivak.
Yeah. Hello.
What about Weird Al? Is he cool?
He had a really good tune that was redoing Avril Lavigne's "Complicated."
What was the gag?
It was called "Constipated."
Now, Cathy, do you recall any of the lyrics?
Why'd you have to go and make me so constipated?
Is he singing to food or to somebody?
He was singing to somebody.
All right.
The person made him.
Party at your house. I came just to check it out. 19 extra larges. What a shame. No one came.
What else? How else does it go?
Yeah. What else? What are the other lyrics?
Just us eating all alone. You said, take the pizza home.
Go on.
I think somebody's going to give you change on the street.
Yeah, Cathy, you're basically busking on the street right now. Yeah, keep it going, Cathy.
No sense letting all this go to waste. So then I face pizza all day and every day and cheese around the clock. It's getting me blocked, and I sure don't care. Mere acre there of cheese.
Tell me.
Why'd you have to go and make me so constipated? And then the next verse goes into he starts making out with his sister or his cousin, and then he's like, why we have to go and be related?
Sounds like a cool song.
Cathy, that was the first live musical performance of 2022 on the show. I thought that was awesome.
Cool.
Now, we're going to move on to our next item. What do you think about PokerStars.net?
Now, I used to play poker professionally online, and I thought that was cool. But I'm not the person who's...
Depends. Did you lose money or did you win money?
I made money.
Oh, that is cool.
Nice.
Now, Dave, would you like to tell the story about how ordering a pizza cost you a lot of money?
Sure. I mean, that's pretty much the story, but...
Oh, did you buy pizza with Bitcoin?
No, I I didn't do that. I used to have a doorbell that I had DSL internet, and when you'd ring the doorbell, it would disconnect. It would ring my phone, but disconnect the DSL. So I was in a $2,000 pot, and the pizza guy came and rang the doorbell, and I got disconnected and lost $2,000.
So it was over a $2,000 pizza.
Yeah.
Cathy, what do you think about that? That's quite the inflation on a pizza.
Were you upset or were you like, eh?
I was upset. was pretty pissed.
Now, coming in from the chat, Dave, what was the pizza? Do you recall what type of pizza it was?
I don't remember what kind. It was from Domino's, I remember.
Okay, so
I think-
yeah, the follow-up question was, where is it from? So this was a $2,000 Domino's pizza.
I did tip the guy. I see Barnwell's question. I think I got pizza and maybe some Cita Sticks and maybe a Coke.
Right.
$2,000.
One of the combos. Now, Cathy, do you ever order pizza from Domino's?
I had a pizza from Domino's 2 nights ago, James.
What was on it?
9-inch.
9-inch pizza?
9-inch.
I thought they go like 10, 12, and 14. You asked for 1 inch below small.
9-inch pizza.
Yep.
9-inch pizza. Pineapple and hot peppers.
Okay, so you're all about pineapple on pizza. I also like it.
I didn't for a long time, and then I thought, why not?
Now, Dave, you don't like it.
No, I don't like pineapple on pizza. So all I need to say is why not, and that'll switch up my. Because everybody else wants
that's
to order
how easy
this.
it is.
I feel like it'd be easier if I just liked it, but I don't. So maybe why not, right?
I also like pineapple on pizza. Now, Cathy, one thing I do want to mention is I think this coincides with when you were singing that Weird Al song. This is a first-time chat from a viewer, so this is a monumental moment. Their username is Satirique, and they sent in a heart emoji.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so Cathy, what do you think about PokerStars.net?
I think if you're making money off it, then that's cool.
All right, what about Magic the Gathering?
Not cool.
I agree, Dave.
Now it's interesting because a lot of poker players back in the day came from Magic. They started playing Magic and then they got heavily into poker and became millionaires.
Okay, I have a
from playing
question.
Poker. Yeah.
Yep.
I have a question for you. How many poker players left poker to go play Magic?
Like the opposite? Probably not that many, but I know a lot of people still play it. But they're not cool people. A lot of poker players aren't cool.
Well, so this coincides with Cathy saying that Magic the Gathering isn't cool. This links up.
I think it's accurate, yeah.
All right, we got a couple more items to go here. Cathy, what do you think about this? When you leave your computer browser open and someone visits a pornographic website as a joke.
How old are you?
Cathy, what happened there? You got a hair on your tongue?
How old are you?
When this prank were to happen, let's say 16.
I think it's really cool up until 14.
Okay.
And then 16, I guess it's just cool to appreciate.
Now, does it get cool again as you get older?
That's what I was going to ask, yeah. I feel like a 70-year-old guy doing it to like his 75-year-old friend could be pretty cool.
And like a library.
Like a library or at a home.
Yeah, it gets cool again.
Now, Cathy,
when you
did you
turn
ever pull that prank, or
55.
was it ever pulled on you as a youth?
Yeah, for sure.
Did you pull the prank, or were you the victim of this cruel prank?
Yeah, I had my fun with efucked.com.
What's that?
I'm not familiar with this website.
They have all the shock videos.
Like
What do you mean shock videos?
Like shock
Like
jocks?
like one guy, one jar, 2 girls, 1 cup.
Now, I recall one guy, one jar. I do recall that
What
one.
happens there?
I want Cathy to explain it.
It's a guy who inserts a jar into his anus.
So it's one guy.
Oh, Cathy, you're leaving out the best part.
And it breaks while it's inside his anus.
And at no point does he groan in pain or moan in discomfort. But I think the disturbing part is when he puts his hand down to check and a bunch of glass falls out of him.
Is he bleeding a lot?
Now, what about that man that had sex with the horse? Do you remember that video, Cathy?
He died.
Yep.
But it went on to be it was well documented and then subsequently won an award at the Sundance Film Festival.
What's the award? Best
Yeah,
horse.
best
horse.
best posthumous performance.
Yeah.
Best performance by a horse in a pornographic video.
The horse trots on stage to accept the award.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
you guys
that
ever
was.
see a Lemon Party?
That one is that's classic.
It's legendary.
That seems like that's cool. All those
And there was-
old guys having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the one where the wiener spinning? No, that's just old
That's
people.
Now, do we remember Tub Girl?
Oh yeah, Tub Girl.
No, I've never seen that one.
Don't.
It's
Can you spin it up? Can you spin it up right now?
yeah,
We're not going to bring Tub Girl up. No, we can't do that. That will give us 3 terms and services strike altogether. We've gone past it, but I like this comment from Thomas Barnwell in the chat. He wants to know if there was anything in the jar.
It's a horseradish.
Oh yeah, like
There's they were like pickled onions, and a variety of preserves.
yeah. Beets.
Well, we've got a couple items to go here. Now, this one's kind of relevant to what we talked about earlier. What about when you're sweeping and you start playing your broom like it's a guitar because you're listening to rock and roll?
That makes me sick.
Dave, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say I like it now.
Well, no, but just give your honest opinion, right? We can change.
I feel like when you're by yourself, you're getting a groove on when you're doing a chore. That's never
Getting your
bad.
groove on.
Wait, what was the example?
You're playing your broom like a guitar, but I feel like when people often say getting their groove on it, it's got more, sexual connotations.
Well, you could be having sex in there.
While you're sweeping,
You're
Cathy.
sweeping,
You
you're
say
playing
no, Cathy.
guitar, and you're getting your groove on.
I also say
No. No, I think this just kind of brings us back to where we were at the beginning of this conversation, where we need to get some leather pants on Dave and get a smoke in his mouth.
Oh, wait, there was a smoke in his mouth now?
Yeah, I was giving lung cancer to my 2-year-old.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so Cathy, you're saying playing a broom like a guitar, not cool. All right, this is going to be our final item. This is a bit of a this kind of a this or that. It's also relevant to what you brought up as being cool, Cathy. Now, aliens that say, take me to your dealer, or the Grim Reaper being depicted as the Grim Reaper.
Good question.
What about this?
Oh.
A little crab and he's smoking seaweed.
That's cute. I think it's cool. God, it's like one of those situations that's so contextual, like if the person is like cool, then that makes it cool, but if they're not cool, then it's kind of
By person, you mean
lame.
alien.
Yeah, alien or the Grim Reaper is the Grim Reaper.
Wait, are you asking me if an alien coming to Earth asking to show me?
Yeah. Let's paint the picture. There's an alien.
Let's
spaceship.
get. So I'm gonna give. There's gonna be 2. Cathy,
I
you're
thought
right.
this was a T-shirt.
Context is
You're
everything.
asking
Now,
me
okay.
if
So I'm gonna give you 3 versions of this. The first of which, it's a T-shirt with an alien that says, "Take me to your dealer," or it's a T-shirt of the Grim Reaper with a joint and it says the Grim Reaper, or they're posters on a bedroom wall, or an alien coming down from outer space asking you, take me to your dealer, or you come face to face with the Grim Reaper, but he's the Grim Reaper. And instead of a kind of a, what we call that? It's not a wand, but some type of ominous, is that not a mace, but some type of,
It's a
the
scythe.
hook. Yeah, it's a scythe.
Sickle,
Yeah,
a sickle.
Instead of the sickle, it's a joint. He's the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I think the Grim Reaper is actually kind of cool because I think you could still take your life.
Yep.
You green out so hard that you just fucking die. And I think that
Hold on. You say you green out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so hard that you die, and the other way is if it's an alien, but the alien is like relatively harmless, and that's not as cool if you're looking to smoke weed. But if it's like a really scary Grim Reaper who is there for you to die ultimately, yeah, it's cool.
okay, now what if they were posters on the wall? Which is cooler of a poster? I think the
Reaper.
alien one would glow in the dark.
It depends. I feel like it would be somebody from the Metal Militia that would have the Grim Reaper, and I think it would be like a 16-year-old pothead who plays Fortnite who would have the alien.
Now, what about the t-shirts?
The T-shirt would probably be like my dad.
Both?
Mm.
All right, I think that settles all of these items.
But I would
Dave, do you
think
have
I
any?
think that maybe if you can't do the leather pants, Dave could probably do the Grim Reaper shirt and gain the respect of his daughter.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Now, what if we were performing as Cathy and the Little Wieners or Cathy and the Big Wieners, and we all? Because a lot of times improv troops they suggest, what if we wear similar outfits or T-shirts? What if we all wore one of those T-shirts?
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be cool.
That would be interesting. Dave, any final thoughts for Cathy before we call it a night?
Yeah, actually. What's the coolest Weird Al song?
Hmm. I think it's called "Eat It."
Right. So another food-based song. This is a spoof off of Michael Jackson's "Beat It."
Instead of
How
Beat
does
It,
how does
yeah.
that go?
Eat it, eat it, eat it. But I could sing for you the whole complicated song. I can't sing for you the whole Beat It song because I don't remember it.
Sorry, Dave.
It's okay. I got the gist of it.
All right. Well, Cathy, this was another, I'll call it a semester in cool college. Do you have any thoughts for our viewers tonight who were watching? They were engaged with our chat. I think they enjoyed
Yeah.
this. Do you have any thoughts for them?
I think that you saw something special. I think that maybe I let down my guard a little bit more than I normally do. I'm definitely feeling a little bit more. Um, I'm definitely feeling a little vulnerable. So maybe you saw a side of me that
This definitely
people
felt like
like.
a tell-all interview.
Yeah, Cathy, this is the
Yeah,
first time since you've been on the show where you lifted your sunglasses.
yeah. That's the most I've ever shown anybody from my eyes.
You showed us everything.
Well,
Yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit raw. I'm probably gonna have to retreat for a couple days. Withdraw from my relationship a little bit.
Your relationship? What do you
Sleep.
mean?
I just feel like I can only take so much vulnerability in the span of, you know, 24 hours, and I kind of feel like I've maxed out here. So
well, self-care is very important.
Yeah, take a mental
yeah,
health day.
yeah, I'm feeling pretty raw, but I appreciate it, and I'm trying to be more open.
But don't leave the fire hydrant because you might lose your spot.
Yeah, I can't feel my butthole.
All right. Well, Cathy, on that note, I want to wish you a good night and good luck with that. And Dave, thanks so much for being here. And yeah, Dave.
On what note?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The I can't feel my butthole,
Right, okay.
which is also a Weird Al song, I
Yeah.
think. Well, Dave and Cathy, why don't we round this show out together? Why don't we wave goodbye to all the viewers? And Cathy, I know you expressed a lot of energy tonight, so God. All right. Well, look, the views and hand gestures expressed by Cathy Fagan do not necessarily represent those of Dave Kaufman and myself, folks. That's our show tonight. We'll be back this coming Wednesday. Who's going to be here? Saima Ahmed, Dimitri Kirez, Raquel Belmonte, and so much more. Until then, that's Cathy, that's Dave. I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.